Somewhere in the world, it's breakfast time. Somewhere, it's morning. Somewhere, dawn is struggling up, warming hearts and flowers. Where are you taking me, huh? Am I gonna be set free, huh? The master wants to see you. Now shut up! But not here. Here is perpetual night. The darkness suited only to the likes of thieves, murderers, and late-night snackers. Hiya! Boy, is it a great day! So you've decided to let me go, huh? Boy, that's great! You're not going anywhere, my little friend. What do you mean, huh? I don't get it. Am I free or what? Frank? B, my associate here hasn't had a bite to eat all day. What are you going to do about it? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tip your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. That's what I'll do, alright. I'll tap that old tummy with the yummy taste of nuts and honey. Yummy, yummy nuts and yummy, yummy honey. That's what you need in your In his day, he shone as golden bright as the honey he hoarded, buzzing merrily from flower to flower. But he shines no longer. For this was the day the buzzing stopped. The milk seas of Cerealia provide many things for those who visit their shores. They provide sustenance, bone-fortifying calcium, and breathtaking vistas. But this morning, they offer something much less pleasant. Is that who I think it is?
Don't you dare, Ralph, you pansy!
We gotta tell the captain. Somewhere else. So it begins. It has begun. The first domino hath fallen. The wheel is in spin. Destiny has written the first chapter of the great saga. This is how it starts right here. It goes something a little like this. Ready, set, and away we go! I have no idea if the bee worshipped a god, be it Providence, the morning sun, or the winds that bore him. I can only pray that he has found a sweet, vitamin-fortified peace. I would like to thank you all for coming. I'm sure the bee would have appreciated it. Smedley, if you would. Disheartening, Tony. I made sure the whole land knew of his service. Well, Captain, the bee was irritating, to say the least. But the proper respect should be afforded all creatures. There was no respect evident in his death. Murder? Had to be, I'm afraid. And though I'm loath to jump to character-danging conclusions, this whole mess has Chocula written all over it. I wish you hadn't said that. The very idea sends a shiver through my stripes. Just don't let it ruin your breakfast. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Quiet, you cocoa-crazed loon. But even in a world of perpetual mourning, there's got to be nap time for the hard-working chefs of Cerealia. Cuckoo! You guys hear that? Hear what? That. It's just the clock. Go back to sleep. But guys, we don't have a clock! Cuckoo! 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 22:38 a.m. It's been a slow morning, but then again, there are all slow mornings around here. I could carry on about lack of purpose in my life, but that's not the job and would make for a sloppy report. Yeah, you could say I'm a man suffering a soul-deep ennui. But first and foremost, I'm a cop. 22:42. Things are starting to pick up. Oh! Gotcha, you scum-sucking perp! Thanks for coming, Tony. I thought someone of your, stature might be a little more persuasive. One more chance to get this right, crook. What did you do with Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Ah, Christ, Don! Like I said, I was just lifting stuff. I don't know where the little fairies are. Elves. You ought to know, copper? Why, you! No. No more. Lousy screw. Was that necessary? Was what necessary? Working him over that hard when it's obvious he had nothing to do with the abduction. Listen here, Mr. High and Mighty. No one knows better than I do the kind of cretin I got locked up in that cage. How soon they forget the anarchy we had after His Highness and the Wizard pulled their disappearing act. Well, I remember busting my hump, morning in and morning out to make sure the deviants and psychos didn't nab the flakes right out from under the frosting. Got me? I didn't mean to imply you weren't doing your job, but you really think he's in the clear? He saw the place was empty and picked it clean, but he's just not smart enough to engineer a group kidnapping. Which leaves us in the dark. Yeah! Please, no more! Why are you doing this? What did we ever do to upset him? Not answering simple questions for one. But we don't know anything about where the king sleeps. Is this true? Absolutely. You know, I believe you. I do. I just don't care. Now then, who's next? As the grim deeds continue in the crumbling depths of Castle Chocula, the master of the keep and architect of many such a cruel amusement shares a moment's reflection with his best and constant companion. Ah, knight, glorious knight, what secrets you hold and how fortunate I am to share them. Speak now, I shall listen. Boo! Yeah! What's the matter, boss? You look like you've seen just a ghost with spookily good taste in headwear. Darn you, you smirking vapor! If you weren't already dead, I would! Quite a party you're throwing down in the rec room. Your guests are having a million laughs. They won't be laughing for long, I assure you. First they be, and now these onomatopoetically named fellows. Either your evil schemes are taking on the definite pattern, or you're just a really rotten host. You don't really think they know anything about the Sleeping King, do you? Of course not, but perhaps I can force the hand of the one being in our land who does know. And so I will continue. I will send every living creature to join you on the other side if I must. Whatever it takes to see my will done. That should keep old Frankenboob pretty busy. The ghost jokes, but still finds himself shivering, as he hasn't done since he last drew breath. A bit of history before we continue. There was a time before the coming of the king, the wizard, even the captain, a man much older than he looks, when this land had no name and was peopled by a peaceful tribe of natives. Until there came a good and just king, uniting these disparate peoples under one standard. They were simple folk, living in harmony with the land and nature. So when the outsiders came, with their thiamine monotrate, their partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil, and yellow dye number 5, they were welcomed with naive trust. The natives were rewarded with the invasion of their homeland, as more and more of these sugar-coated landgrabbers swarmed through their fields and villages, taking, always taking. Still, the natives left their mainland and claimed the nearby fruit islands where the volcanoes flow forth every fruit imaginable. Under their jolly chief, King Yamayama, the natives quickly adapted to a life of harvest and trade. It had long been assumed that those old wounds had healed yet, as his proud vessel, the SS Guppy, cuts the waves. Captain Horatio P. Crunch is consumed with dire thoughts. Why, after all these years of peace, would Yamayama take hostages? What could he hope to gain? I miss those simpler mornings, he thinks. We sure could use you, Your Highness. Land yo! Ahoy, Diggum! Yo! Why, Diggum, what a pleasant surprise! What brings you all the way from the city, my young friend? Nothing good, Kip. Got some big bad news, yo. Big as in 10 feet tall. I don't understand. This fluff been wrote all over town. On walls and sidewalks and on the backs of fat heinies. That cookie cop either blind or he got his head so far up his... Yes, well, may I see? No, it's simply not possible. Maybe, but some G done a serious job at tagging if he running you. You gonna go check it out though, right? I suppose I must. A hasty plan is put into action. The captain has always been a decisive man, but it is with a heavy heart that he oversees the assembly of a rescue squad. The old sailor praise is unnecessary. And so the tiger is sent forth to recruit from the able-bodied men and talking animals of Cyrelia. But though he is liked and admired by all, and though the cause is noble, Tony can persuade no one to join them. Some are afraid, some are otherwise occupied, some are simply gone fishing. Forget about it, cool kitty. Now how do you know what I'm here for? Surprise me then, Pally. Have a seat and pop open a cool frosty one. They're great! I only drink milk. Now there's a newsflash. Look, Sugar Bear, I'll come right to it. We could use you. No, you can't. You can use the big guy, that walking case of rabies you people refer to as Super Bear. That's who you could use. But that's you? I don't get it. Of course not, Tony. And I hope you never do. Now go on and rescue the little pixies. Me, I got fish to feed. And good luck.
Captain Trunchet, is good to see you again. What brings you? God's long trade season is months, boy.
Weren't any other reason, but I really should discuss it with your chief. May I see Yama Yama?
He has given a message for you.
Yama Yama Yama! Yama Yama Yama! Captain? Stay down! The spooner ports are loaded and ready, my king. We await your signal. Fine. Of all the dirty double-crossing... Hit the deck! Smedley, Dave, Carlisle, man the cannons! Carlisle! We have them on the run! I don't understand this at all. Please, my king, come away! They are routing us! We knew this would be the likely outcome. Still, let us go finish this terrible business. Stay on your guard, Tony. This is a trap. Obviously, but this may be our only chance to save the Crispies. Is that it?
No, wait, look over by the trees. What is that?
Yama Yama? What? Stay back, Captain. There's something... This is not the creature he knew. This yellow blur with the blazing bloody eyes could never be the same sweet beast the captain rescued as a cub and nursed back to health years ago. Not this savage thing. But the captain cannot deny the evidence of his eyes. No, no! What have you done to him? He will never learn of the weeks this once gentle beast was caged and beaten into madness, starved all along of the crunch berries that were its sole sustenance. Crunch can only bear horrified witness to the consequences of such sadistic conditioning. What is this about? How does this help your people? Speak, blast you, speak! My God! I forget it. Well done! Yo, beastie! Huh? No. Yumma yumma? Poison, my friend. Dreadfully fast. Insanity! What have you done with Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Never had them. Then this was just a diversion? Chocula! He promised us a reclamation of our homeland, a return of our pride, a return to glory. He promised us so much. There was no honor in this. Excellent. What do you mean? That was a fiasco! Sure, you wiped out a sailor kid, a beery snacking critter, and a bunch of hula dancers, but the captain's still breathing if you didn't notice! The Count never expected the wee natives to do away with Crunch. He just leaned them a merry chase. Right into his hands. The master's plan is unfolding perfectly. So it is. Another morning. Another funeral beneath a freaky's tree. A shame about the boy, Captain. I tell you, if the Fruit Islands were in my jurisdiction, I would have been there with you. Anyway, sorry. Oh, another sad morning. More of those coming. Shut up already! Pussycat. I fear it, Captain. Does that make me weak? Heavens, no! You are the bravest creature I've ever known. Only a fool would claim they feel no trepidation when facing the inevitable. We're all bound for the same uncharted waters and unmapped shores, Tony. Even I, with my unnaturally prolonged time on this earth. I fear the end, too, if that's my comfort. But more than that, I just pray that it finds me ready. I suppose there's a place for all of us under the Freaky's tree. Not for me. I think the sea should be my resting place. Something suiting an old sailor. Listen to us! Planning our funerals already, as if Chocula's victory was a foregone conclusion. Well, it's not. It can't be. Not if our sacrifices are to mean something. That's the spirit, Tony. Never lose hope. Because hope is what feeds our souls. Hope is what lights our mornings. And hope is an essential part of a nutritious breakfast. Now what? Now we get some help. From who? Someone who can be our eyes and, even more so, our ears inside Castle Chocula, a master of disguise. Well, good luck. I already put out a call for volunteers and came up empty. Oh no, he won't volunteer, but he will help us. For a price. Good day. My friend and I wish to retain your services. Start talking. To be continued.